Hey guys, sorry for not having any updates. I got the thing running and then it was just immediate chaos and I forgot to record anything and so I'm making an update now while I'm waiting on parts because it was pretty bad. Let me just show you guys. So here's the only 3 rings that are left. We got 1 oil ring and 2 compression rings, and these 2 compression rings were from either cylinder. I have not yet found the other half of this one that was for the right side cylinder. The left side cylinder broke while I was taking it out. Piston. Damn. Okay. Piston. And the cylinders are pretty badly scored. You can see them right there. Those scratches on that side that are black are feelable. The ones that are kind of noticeable on this one aren't actually that bad, but that's because I've already I've already honed the cylinders, so you can see how bad it really was. I need to get a new honing kit, and I don't have the money for it. So whenever I get the money for that is when I can start working on this again. The valves and everything seemed a-okay when I took it apart. They all had compression. But you can see which one was actually working and which one wasn't. This one was just screwed beyond repair, and this one was actually working until it wasn't, and then it just went to hell from there. So I have a whole new seal kit for all of these little seals that go all over here and everything, and I got a new piston ring kit coming in. I really hope that I can reuse these pistons, but as you can see, they are really bad. Good luck finding any. If anybody can, please send me a link. That would be really nice. Or send them to me if you really want. I don't know if that's even possible. Wait, I don't have a P.O. box. Never mind. Aside from that, these look bad, but they're actually perfectly fine. There's no deviation in height. They're all perfectly smooth. They go in and out of those perfectly smooth. So that's that. This is just upside down right now because it had a whole bunch of water in the oil and metal shavings. You see all that? It's not as noticeable right now, but most of those streaks were just straight up metal, and I could grab my super magnet and just put it on the bottom, and it would just fucking stick up like little what are they called? Little stalagmites or something like that. I forget the actual one. So let's see if I can lift this. Oh, come on. It's still dripping, but that's because it's in it. Okay, come on. So, it is pretty drained out. But as you can see, the inside was pretty clean. The cam chain was in perfect condition. I mean, there was nothing to complain about there, but I also don't have the money to replace one, so there's that. You can see the metal on this. There's where it wasn't there. It's all metal. So yeah, even on here, you can see the metal. These were not in good condition. It barely spins. It's really hard to. I have to tear this whole thing apart, but as you can see, I've already tried and they're just stripping right off the bat. So I'm gonna have to get an impact gun to tear them off, and that's not gonna be easy because I don't own an impact gun myself. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I ended up actually putting on one of the original carburetors because it had the adjusting screws on the left side, and the carburetors that I got were both on the right side, which made it impossible to adjust the left side carburetor. And since this was still working perfectly fine, I just threw it on there. And then that's when I realized I had a problem with the left side cylinder, because for one, it was coming out literally looking like this, brand new, a little bit of scoring, a little bit of color, but not even like anything. And then the other one came out black. So I was like, okay, well, there's definitely something going on with the left cylinder. It's either not making compression or something. And that's when I found out that this doesn't have the pistons going up and down like that. It has it going up and down like that. And I'm like, huh. So every time I was feeling compression, every 2 times it would go over was from only the right side piston. I thought it was alternating between pistons. No, it was the one piston. So I at a loss for words. It's gonna be expensive as hell to replace the engine if I have to. So I'm really hoping it's just some easy fix on the inside to free those to free the crankshaft up, and I just need to get new cylinder hones to hone those, because my old ones decided to break. So that's why they're not like finished on the inside. But I mean, if you can see the lines from me honing it, but as you can see, not the best. When I was turning it over by here, there's your oil feed to the head to I forget how to explain it, but that just sends the oil up to the top of the piston to lubricate all of this. So when I was turning it over by hand, literal just straight up, it literally looked like somebody had poured metallic paint in there. It was so bad. And I didn't know that at the time when I was starting it, but the oiler ring on the left piston was also seized, and on the right piston it was seized on part of it, so that wasn't good. The bottom compression ring on the left side piston was also seized, so that's probably what did most of the damage, because it would heat up, expand, and then just push straight into that cylinder wall and just scratch the shit out of it. So I'm really hoping I can just hone that out on the cylinders, but the pistons, I'm not too sure. I'm just gonna probably hit it with some high grit sandpaper and hope that I can buff out as best as possible the most of those scratches and not gain piston play between the cylinder wall and the piston, so that I can actually rerun this engine with the original pistons, because finding those is going to be hell. So yeah. Oh yeah, also when I first decided to drain the oil, I wish I had known this before I even started running the engine. there was water, more than 50% water. So when I poured oil in it and it was basically full, it was half water. So that really screwed a lot up. I'm not too happy about that, but I hope it didn't damage too much. I mean, if you look on the crankshaft, you can see the scoring even on the inside of the, I mean, not the crankshaft, the connecting rod. You can see inside there, they're pretty scratched up. So, yeah. But aside from that, it was going along pretty well. The new throttle cables and everything came in, the new clutch cable came in, new brake levers, new brake cable, all that fun stuff came in, and I was putting them on, and then I was like, hey, why not just try and start the engine, and that's when everything went bad. So I also got the new chain on there. Man, it is beefy. I've never seen a chain this big in my life. The original chain wasn't even as thick as that, but that's because I wanted to get a higher strength chain while being the same pitch and all of that. So it matches up like perfectly. Just it's a lot stronger. I ended up having to replace the front tube, and it actually, surprisingly, for an 18-inch front wheel, I put a 20-inch bicycle tube in there, and it works perfectly. I would never recommend doing that to anybody, but it worked. Yay for me, I didn't have to spend a hell of a lot of money for that. Also, rear tire still has the original tube in it, and it is holding just fine. So yeah, this has gotten very expensive very fast. I was not expecting to have to throw down another $100 and so just for a reseal kit. That was not cheap, and that was the cheapest option too. It was like $37 for a reseal kit, and then $37 for a re-ring kit for the pistons, and then it was like $27 for just a new head gasket because it didn't come with the reseal kit. It was so stupid. But those should be coming today sometime, probably around like 8 or so. It said 8 p.m., so I'm not too sure on that. It's going to be pretty late, and I'm not going to be out here hella late trying to work on that. I mean, hell, man, I can't even really tear the engine apart at the moment because it's just not worth it. I don't have anything that I can take it apart with anyway. So, yeah. This is my cute little scooter engine, but I don't have a scooter to put it on. It's adorable. It's a little 59cc two-stroke, but it was my dad's, and, well, I don't know why, but he sent it to my house. So, cool. I painted that on there because it started rusting really bad. I got a new air filter for this, so it's not just open to the world. Hoping that'll be better for the engine once I get the new block, because that is a necessity. So, yeah. I somehow lost the carburetor for this, so waiting on the new one to come in for that too. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Everything is coming along all right. It's just a huge hiccup in everything was starting that engine. Thinking it had full oil when it was mostly water. So that's great. Yeah. So see you guys.